YouTube, it's been 3 months since the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max released, alongside all of the drama, false gates, durability concerns, and overheating. Well, it's 3 months later, and unfortunately, if you do a search on YouTube, it's plagued with these videos with high volume view counts and high drama titles. And I'm just gonna advise you to skip those and find the long-term reviews, the people who actually took the leap of faith to keep these devices. And in those videos, I think you'll find the true truth. They're just fine. Yes, the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max are just fine. I'm gonna share my 3 months of use and user experience. And I'm also gonna help those users out there who are trying to decide whether or not if these are upgrade worthy and can be their next 2 to 5 year iPhone. Yes, people keep iPhones up to 5 years. Can't say that much for the Android side, but we won't go there. I'm trolling, relax. Samsung nice, put your swords down. Everyone else, take a breather. Now, I'm going to share my unfiltered experience from day one to day now. And let's get into it. Let's start off with durability. Well, I've used both of these, the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, exclusively without a case, for the very reason of testing durability. And to be honest, I use all of my smartphones like this nowadays. Don't do what I do, disclaimer, do you. And as you guys can see, even after 3 months of bare bones, out in the wild usage, and yes, I have dropped these devices, not on concrete, for full disclosure. I have hardwood floor and hard tiling throughout my home, so those are the elements that these have seen contact with on multiple occasions. And as you can see, the titanium infused aluminum, which everyone thought was gonna be just scratch prone and all of this, it's just fine. And that is the thing, it's just fine. I will admit, somewhere on this display of the 15 Pro, there's like a small scratch, which is totally my fault. Obviously, every video you see me slamming these face down onto the table. And I've been reckless on a few occasions with it in my pocket with some other item. So totally user error. But in general, as you guys can see, from top to bottom, back to front, we got the, you know what I'm saying? Let me turn that off. They're nearly flawless. But I'm genuinely satisfied with how well these have held up. The titanium infused aluminum is just fine. The front and rear glass both are in ideal conditions. My point is this: mostly everyone is going to use a case and a screen protector. And the few that do choose to go caseless, we know the risk. At the end of the day, protect your investment. Let's carry on. What about overheating, CJ? I mean, in the beginning, you would have thought these things was pocketable toaster ovens, the way everyone was blowing it out of proportion. But let me speak from my experience. I have never had it. And let's just be clear, on every flagship smartphone, for the sake of reality, when you do a setup process, they're gonna get hot. When you do extensive long video conferencing or video, FaceTiming, they're gonna get warm to the touch. When you do long gameplay sessions, they will become warm, maybe even hot to the touch. These are all high thermal capacity use cases, and there are many more if you do video editing within your device for an extensive period of time. A lot of you guys on TikTok editing and swiping forever. Excessive smartphone use? Come on. How many of us are addicted to our smartphone? Maybe just a little bit? Let's be honest. When you do the things that cause flagship smartphones, not excluding Samsung, Google, or anyone else, they all get hot or warm to the touch. We're putting these high-end processing chips with very slim space for thermal conditions and are expecting these things to run like a properly cooled PC or laptop or MacBook or whatever. Listen, as long as you're doing casual, calm things, the thermals are gonna stay fine. And anytime you're doing like ProRes video log recording for an extensive amount of a video recording session, of course you're gonna see this thing get warm. But overheating and excessive thermals, unlikely. So again, these are my experiences. I've pushed these devices to their limits. Long FaceTime calls, jumped into ProRes log recording. Yes, it gets warm to the touch, but nowhere near anything overheating or telling me, hey, the phone has to cool down, things like that. Except for at initial setup. And I was only on the 15 Pro. Never had anything pop up with the 15 Pro Max. And that was once. Okay, so let's put an end to this. Unless you're still having those issues, comment down below. I'm going to be pulling on you guys because we have to get the community talking, because that's how we understand what these devices are actually doing. And with that being said, let's discuss battery. Oh, the clickbait battery concerns. Oh, it's hot, so that's going to degrade the battery. And I'm worried about the battery. The battery. Hey, a few updates later, some fine tuning. Apple fixed their bugs. The apps that were causing the overheating corrected their bugs. And now we have ideal battery life out of both of these devices. The 15 Pro Max is for the excessive heavy users and those who just want the larger screen and so forth. But as far as battery goes, heavy users, this phone is made for you. Casual to medium users, this phone services you. And let me just say this. If I'm gonna rock a 15 Pro, but I have, 15 Pro Max battery needs, well, there are solutions for that. There are these MagSafe battery packs that you can get. Or you can get the very small, minimal, charging GAN charger things that you carry with you with your, USBC cable. And you just always have the solutions for supplementing battery. I mean, by this point, we should all know this and have these things in place, whether it's a car charger, a MagSafe battery pack, a charger at work, a charger at home, a charger here, a charger there. Where's your charger? Let's carry on. But before I go any further, let me just say, the 15 Pro Max battery life has been phenomenal. It is great. I'm careless about charging this phone, and I pay no penalties in battery life. Now, the 15 Pro, ironically, is doing me well on a light to moderate day of use. If it gets heavy, obviously, you can pull this thing down to, low levels. But that's why I say have those supplement charging needs on deck, basically. But 15 Pro, I am pleased with this. I know in the early battery test, this thing was getting its butt kicked by a lot of other iPhones and smartphones. And hey, it is what it is. This thing packs a lot in a small body, but I've seen comments saying otherwise. Battery life is subjective, which is exactly why I need you. If you own a 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max, comment down below your battery life experience these 3 months later and let the people know, because that's how you help the community. Thank you. So now with those issues debunked, what shortcomings do the iPhones actually have? Honestly, it's the typical petty nitpicks. There's no native pro video mode within the camera app, which is something I'm pushing for Apple to give us. You gave us log. Let's get into this. We're gonna talk about log in a second. There's no home screen customization. As far as my icons, they're still on that magnetic timeline type thing. And hey, I mean, I would love a change for once. Also, despite of us getting USBC, we didn't get super fast charging as some people hope for and expected. I'm fine with where it is, but I know a lot of people like those, super fast charging numbers and wattages and things like that, and they want to be able to charge their phone super fast. I'm not sure about battery degradation and heat with those type of things. We talking about heat. Y'all want to talk about heat? Super fast charging? Oh, you getting heat. But at the end of the day, it's something that I know a lot of people want, especially with the USB-C. We'll talk about USB-C too in this upcoming section. But these are all petty cons and no true real shortcomings. Name your shortcomings or, issues that you have with the 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max down in the comment section below, as I'm sure I missed some. Now let's talk cameras and Apple ProRes log. First thing first, having a log profile on a smartphone is top tier. Now I understand it's not for everyone, but for those whom it's for, it's phenomenal. In short, you're saying goodbye to the artificial over sharpening and HDR excessiveness in exchange for saying hello to the freedom to paint and interpret your image as you like. And basically that's what it is. It's a simple, clean, clear, crisp image without all of the AI-ish, okay? You know, AI is cool, but man, let's take it easy in some areas, especially in the camera department. Now, for the point and shoot users, it's perfectly fine. We're gonna talk about that in a second, but let me divulge a little bit. And not only did Apple give you the pro access to video creation with the log profile, they also made it easy. And how easy is it? It's as simple as this. If you know nothing about log, you can still use it, shoot it within your device, go into edit video, tap the autocorrect, the auto, correction button. It's just the auto button. And it'll add a color profile on there that's more than ready to just use right out of camera without you needing to know anything about any of this nerdy video camera talk. So I'm gonna put an end to the nerdy video camera talk, and I'm gonna talk about the point and shoot capabilities of these devices. It's just that. It's a point and shoot camera that's easy for everyone to use. A lot of people love and appreciate the quality that you get out of the iPhone cameras. I see a lot of YouTube content creators supplementing when they don't want to carry their large camera, they're using iPhone cameras. And that says a lot as to how well the point and shoot capabilities are and just the image and camera quality that you can get out of these devices. It's clutch, it's consistent, and it's an iPhone. I say that humbly. It's not like in a superior manner. It's just what we know and expect typically from our iPhones. It's great camera systems. Now, to be fair, although these cameras perform extremely well in well-lit situations and most situations, in low light, all of these camera sensors on all of these smartphones, due to their smaller sensor size, struggle. So I can't say that low light is the best on any smartphone. I'm not a fan of using smartphones in low light, but in ideal lighting conditions, these deliver. And then in the terms of the 15 Pro Max, that new 5X telephoto zoom lens is amazing if you capture in the right situations. I already told you guys about low light, so don't go shooting in a dark area and expecting, the results that you see content creators, showing you guys. Just shoot in ideal situations to get the best results, and shoot in whatever situation you're in and accept the results. That's another thing. A lot of people want to complain instead of just accepting. If I shoot anything in low light, even with my big cameras, and I'm not in, I don't have the ISO, I don't have enough compensation for that low light, I just accept the image as it is. I'm not saying settle. Let me just be clear. But when you have realistic expectations from realistic hardware, the sensors are too small. All right, let me move on and close this. They're dependable, they're consistent, they're the iPhone cameras that we know and love, and they've just gotten better. The algorithm and all that stuff is working. Now let's discuss display and speakers. Both are great and both are among the best. You have some of the best speaker quality on smartphones when you get an iPhone, and that's been proven year after year. And you pair that with a color accurate, beautiful OLED panel, and you get a viewing experience that's practically unmatched to a degree, arguably. You know what I'm saying? It's just a great viewing experience, and it's ideal for media and content consumption. And they leave nothing to be desired at all, and I'm satisfied. Now let's talk the most important thing above all, and that's user experience. The first thing I want to talk about is the action button, which is something that I use religiously every day, and it's added to my convenience. I don't use the one action only, menu. Oh, it can only activate the flashlight and all that stuff. No, I use Apple shortcuts, which extends an extensive menu of Apple shortcuts of my choice to control whatever I choose via Apple shortcuts. That's how you get the most out of the action button, and that adds to the user experience. Now, another thing that adds to the user experience of these devices is USB-C. Although you only get a basic USB-C cable, if you use like a Thunderbolt cable or a higher end USB-C cable, you get crazy transfer speeds, which is ideal, especially for bringing those larger Apple ProRes log videos onto your hard drive if you choose to edit them on your computer. it's super fast. Or when doing backups, every now and then, we fill up the hard drive on these devices with photos and videos, and sometimes you need to do a dump just to get that refresh. And having that speed that's available on these Pro devices via a Pro cable is so convenient, and it's so well worth it. And even more than that, these USB-C ports are fully unlocked. There are so many different accessories, so many different audio interfaces, keyboards, so many things that you can connect and benefit from. SD card readers and so forth. It just goes to show how well the user experience is on the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max now that we have USB-C. Thank you. Finally, another thing in user experience is just everyday use with these devices. I'm enjoying the 15 Pro Max, and the new camera upgrades with log just extend my use for this in B-roll beyond what you guys know. In so many of my videos, so many of these shots have been on here and you would have never known. And I'm talking about high quality ProRes log video shot on here to supplement B-roll, to supplement so many situations where I didn't want to carry my large camera or I didn't need it and I could just use this. And that, for my user experience, is clutch. Now, everyone else, oh, you're not going to use that. You're going to use the point and shoot and you're going to enjoy those results. So you can just be quiet with that comment, or you can just, go to the corner. Turn around. Because everyone's experience is their experience and everyone's experience is unique, which is why user experience matters. When I, add up the collective of all those things that I discussed, and I really use these things on a day-to-day, because I really do. You see, I still have them 3 months later. A lot of those people who made those videos and all of that stuff, where's their device? Where's their long-term review? A lot of them don't even have the phone anymore. And I'm not knocking them. It is what it is. But I'm just telling you that I've lived with these and used them for an actual 3 months. And I can say that the user experience has been nonetheless short of ideal. The convenience delivered with these devices, the quality, the confidence is everything. So this is the reason why those people who are looking for their next 2 to 5 year iPhone can buy confidently in the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro Max. And those who are looking for their first iPhone can purchase confidently in the 15 Pro Max or 15 Pro. Ooh. You technology snobs, I done just about had it with all of y'all. Listen, duck.
New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. Need no middleman, I'm the man to man, send it in. I like what I like, me, I know my rights is sipping in. I like having fun, I do what I want, it's what it is. For my son and son, for my daughters, yeah, it's for my twin. I work through the night.